Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 234 Essential. My name remains Ayobide Tayo.
And I am Ugochi, the Igbo Stallion.
Yeah, and this is a brand new episode of your favorite podcast, 234 Essential. Thank you guys for listening to the last episode, Plug and Play. That was a virtual
Mm,
P too, right? Yeah.
do
Sorry
you
for the virtual.
understand? This,
I won't say sorry for the virtual recording, but we've had a little bit of scheduling conflicts here and there, but we'll get right
yeah.
back to the physical one-on-ones very, 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 very,
I
very,
mean,
very soon.
to be honest, like 234 can really just be that some days because now so the Nigeria just be now. It's not
Or
like
more, yes, so
predictable. You
it's not
understand?
predictable.
Anything can just, So like it
Yeah,
could be virtual, it could be real time, like it could be
yeah,
physical, it could be anyone. So let
yeah.
me tell you, when you were introducing the pod, I legit wanted to say once she just said, hello guys, welcome to another episode of 234 Essential. I wanted to say the same thing after you said it, so they're just like clashing.
Oh, okay.
That'd been
Thank God.
fun. I should have done
Thank
that.
God. Thank God it did
I'll
not
try it
happen.
another day.
Anyway, if you,
Just be
anyway,
watching over your shoulders.
yeah, right. Anyway, if you're a first time listener, 234 is that is 234 essentially that podcast that helps you break down the Nigerian experience and helps you make sense out of this struggle we call Nigeria. Yeah, so
In
it's really for
yeah,
our Nigerians here in Nigeria and our diaspora brothers and sisters also. So yeah,
yeah, like these policies, are they policing? How are
they're
they
not policing
policing
anything. They're not
down to
policing
the
anything.
populace? The policies are just so funny.
It's not working at all.
Is
And we'll talk about the policies today anyway, sir.
Yeah, like the most daunting one right now. I'm sure everybody that is hearing it just like opened mouth and eyes, just like what? What do you mean by that? Literally.
It- it's the gifts that keeps
But
on giving. Shout out to Nigeria.
you, do you understand what I mean? But you guys follow us, subscribe to our newsletter. Very important.
Yes.
Please.
Nana Nana
Sometimes it's
Nana
yeah,
Nana held a gun to our heads and said we must say that part.
literally this is said under duress, guys, and
Yeah.
Nana seems to be really upset and shit. But like follow the newsletter, send us fan mail at fanmail at 234 Essential Podcast. Follow us on all social media platforms at 234 Essential Podcast. See, Nana has been doing some good work for the community. Have you been
He
seeing all
did
the
try, he did
videos he
try.
has been posting for us? Do you get what I
He
mean?
did try, he did try, he did try.
We don't turn to Nigerian content page in and around Nigeria and the
Look at
world.
God. Look at God.
Literally, the page is paging. It's just that
Def.
Ayo doesn't want to be a TikTok baddie. If not, now I would have said, "Oh, let's."
Excuse me.
I know that
My
I
my
have.
latest my latest video on TikTok has over 11,000 plays. So I don't know what you're talking
Hey
about.
God, I beg oh,
I don't know what you're
which day
talking
like
about.
this now on my TikTok blue like this
Some
now?
people
That
went to go and buy
11,000.
tripod and ring light. We never see one production till today.
Please, if you want to speak to me directly. Don't follow through the corners. I don't
I don't
appreciate
know.
corner
Hey,
gist.
hey. I don't
I don't
know.
appreciate it. Please.
Anybody where the stone meets, now you know. Anybody where the stone meets, now you
Ayo.
know.
But anyway, the truth is, I bought those things for, I told you what I bought them for. I wasn't trying to create content now.
I can't remember. I'm
But
sorry.
like, it would be nice if like the spirit of content creation entered. But I mean, whatever it is, it's shad day. Someday, they say just keep doing it. Just have it around you. One day you pick it up and actually do the damn thing. So I'm
Yeah.
crossing my fingers and putting my tongue in cheek. I'm definitely going to do it
All
someday.
right. Let's get to fan mail. Nana gave us 5 fan mails. Thank God they're not budget sized fan mails. They're just very friendly and short. They're like
They are
tweets.
cute, they are fun sized.
Yeah, we thank God.
They're fun
All
sized.
our esquires and our Nobel laureates didn't send us fan mail today.
I
All right, let
know,
me
but
read
like we
this.
appreciate them more.
No, we appreciate
I
them
always
definitely.
wait.
They make it
I want you
spicy.
to read the last one. I want you to read now. Let me read this one. Let me read this one. Let me read this one.
Okay, read
Let
the
me read
first
this
one.
one because today I was great. I was a team player today. Ayo, can you give me high five? Can you give me my flowers for
Okay,
being a team player today? You don't feel
good
so?
for you. I don't
You
know
don't feel
you're
like I
team
was doing
playing
a
yet. I don't know what
ah,
yet you're talking about.
today you were like, oh, you guys, this. I was like, you guys, instead, should we do this? Because like you'll be flustered.
See, at
Do you
that point,
remember?
I was sleeping, honestly. On anything
Then,
you
but
people
give
put
me
in
my
that group
flowers.
chat,
Was I being a good teammate or not?
I don't even see. I have to go back and read that conversation because at that point I was sleeping, totally
So you were sleep
sleeping.
talking,
I was sleep tweeting.
sleep texting.
I don't know about that one. CBIC.
Okay,
Oh, we have a
okay.
brand new logo now. Logo don't day now.
I
God don't shame
see.
devil. God don't shame
Structure is
devil.
entering this work. Oh God, I beg.
Yes.
That's how
Now
we'll be
decking.
talking. Do
We want
you
to do decking
understand?
now. Now decking remain now. We don't
Okay,
do
based
anything.
on
Now
say
decking.
the I love it. Based
Yeah.
on if you want to extend the building, collect more,
Yes.
airspace.
Yes,
I
now.
love it. Precisely that. Let me read the first family.
I
From Debbie. Hi Ugochi and AOT2. Hope you both are well and thanks for keep giving us solid episodes every week. Man, I literally just finished watching Gangs of Lagos and I had to send this fan mail to give you both your flowers. Ooh. I know how you both have repeatedly said on the pod that new Nigerian movies, especially, need to focus more on authentic Nigerian stories. And my goodness, after watching the greatness of that is Gang of Lagos, I have to say that both of you are 110% accurate. I know you both will probably review the movie, and I'm hoping it's good reviews because I really enjoyed and I really enjoyed it, and I just had to give you guys and I just had to make this comment on it. I was watching it and just thinking, yes, this is what Ugochi and AOT2 were saying. So decided to send a fan mail to acknowledge that. I look forward to hearing your reviews on. Anyways, hope you both have a great week ahead. Love you from Debbie.
all right, Debbie. We'll talk about it. We are pacing ourselves. We are pacing ourselves. We'll talk about it
Have you seen the
in the
movie,
episode.
Ayo? I didn't even ask you.
Yeah, I've seen it now. I knew I had to see
Okay.
it. Everybody was telling me how to watch it. It was everywhere. You couldn't miss the billboard. You couldn't miss the adverts. You couldn't miss it on Twitter. So I wanted to see what the fuss was about. Anyway,
I think it's WhatsApp that was pressing my neck the most because just like
go
I
for real.
wanted to, I was so curious. Like anyway, I think WhatsApp and Instagram more like it because like a friend of mine Uzo, she posted and she was like, we need to give Toby his flowers. And I was just like, okay, I have to
All
now
right.
see this movie.
We'll give you the
Okay.
flowers. Does it take aloe vera? Aloe vera is a flower. Abi?
No, it's not.
Okay, it's a
It's not.
plant.
Is it?
All
Is
right.
it? I think it's a flower. Actually, I need
I
to
don't
check
know.
that. Let's keep going.
All right, fan mail 2 from Mr. Fantastic slash Mr. Melody. I stopped taking the article serious when the first thing I read is I supported Peter Obi, but in the words of the great AOT2, everything said after bot is a waste of
Mm.
time. That was actually from Game of
Our
Thrones, but
real
if you
G.
attribute it to me, I am okay. I'm fine. I
Yes.
spent approximately 30 seconds scanning through our article so I don't waste my time. You see, my time is precious to me. You could have just summarized the article
Tell
in three
them.
or four bullet points.
It's
One, I'm
quiet.
an obedient. Two, I'm pained that the election did not go my way, so I've decided to come to US media. That is the Atlantic, the most far left of them all to whine. Three, Daddy Biden came
Hmm.
to my aid. An article in the Atlantic should surely catch your attention. Four, yes, Daddy. I would have taken Mrs. Adiche a little more serious if she sent her article, which is strictly a Nigerian matter, to Punch or Guardian, not every time running to foreign media. All right. Now, in case you don't know what Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Bello is talking about, our esteemed
Mm.
uh, writer, literary giant, and icon of
Mm.
feminism,
Our
Chimamanda
actual
Ngozi
goats.
Adichie,
My goats.
yes, a titled woman in every right, wrote
Yes. In all sense
a
of the
long
words.
wrote a long article condemning the Nigerian elections, putting holes in like the electoral process by INEC, punching holes in it,
Mm-hmm.
and the cream of the
I
latte,
don't think she was
as they will say.
punching holes. I think she was stating the holes.
And that's what I'm saying. Punching the stating the holes. Along a whole day there, we're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, so the cream of the crop, the peace dollar resistance, as they will say, as Oyibo people will say,
Hmm.
was that
Tell them.
she was querying why the US government will congratulate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the president elect of such a flawed election, you know,
Electoral
and
process.
or electoral process,
Yeah.
And this is what we spoke about Loose Stock Giants, in case you guys are not listening to Loose Stock anyway.
Oh, I
And
saw it drop actually.
I made my feelings quite known about it. Like,
Mm.
Foreign intervention is not something we should play with. I beg you, in the name of God. I beg. See, I'm kneeling down. It's all sexy until America brings out their fighter. I beg you, in the name of God. Foreign intervention is not what we are supposed to be taking with breast milk. Eh? I
Mm.
understand her idea, but pontificating and genuflecting to America seems a little bit of double standard, right? We shout that, oh, we hate colonizers, blah, 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 blah. But yet now you're running to America to complain. It doesn't make sense. This is strictly a Nigerian affair. We don't want America to be involved in an electoral process. It doesn't end well for any country at all. Let's all keep it there. Like, and I still don't understand. Like I was telling Steve on Osagi, what was the end product at the end of the day? Will Biden now come out and say, you know what, we're taking back our congratulations. So, and her open letter has, caused a lot, has created a lot of reactions, which is normal in the
Mm.
Nigerian political arena. Standard. Everybody's still this the post-election while everybody still has raw feelings. You know, Shoyinka don't chop your own water as he did. I have my own thoughts about
Mm.
Shoyinka. I don't know if anybody's going to talk about that later, but let's leave the grey
We
haired
should
man
talk
to where.
about it. Maybe you should share it with me. I didn't see it all.
Okay, so what he said was that
Mm.
he said he told Obi like on 3 occasions that obedience will be his how will I put it now, will be the stumbling
It's
block for him.
Waterloo.
Is Waterloo, yes.
Mm.
Then he goes on to rant about the obedience, how they're blah 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 blah. And before you know it, obedience and the year word, the train of anger. And when they just start to
Mhm.
enter my guy. And I've always had a
Mm.
problem with Shoyinka. Well, Shoyinka has always looked down the younger generation as lazy. They're not ready to fight for their rights. He has always been saying this. Like he has
Mm.
this moral high horse. But me, I'm like,
Mm.
Oga, yeah, so you
Nose in
try, you
air.
win Nobel Prize. Yeah, when
Mm.
you say Nigerian literature, now you be the, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, bros, now
Mhm.
your generation fuck this up for us. I hope you know. You guys are the
Did he
great
write?
Nigeria.
Did
What do you
he
say?
write anything? Did he write
No, he
anything
didn't write.
similar to what? Okay, so he spoke on it.
So he was granted an interview on. I know he did one in channels. I'm not sure if he did one in Arise, basically. And he was
Okay.
speaking about elections were bad and everything. Then he just got
Mm.
into the whole Peter Obi and obedience movement, and he did not have like the
Mm.
greatest things to say about obedience out there. And the obedience gave it back to him.
Mm.
Because obedience gonna self they
Normally.
tackle Peter Obi on a normal level. So who
Hmm.
are
They're
you, sir?
children of violence. Do you
These
understand?
children did not read
Every
these
day,
children
they are, our
yes.
principal they tell us, say, make we calm down,
I
be
say, oh guy, you
peaceful.
if you dey like this,
They choose
you know they count them.
violence.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Not many of these children have not read, they have not read Abiku, sir. They don't know they
Mm.
don't know what the great the line and the jewel is nothing. They don't know what the line and the jewel is.
Oh my god, I
You know.
remember the Abikun's like book cover. The woman, like the
Yeah.
witch with her eyes and all her glory. She looked like what's her name? Medusa. Even like
Yeah,
more
yeah.
is that what it was?
No,
Is
me, I didn't say
Abikun
that one. No,
Medusa?
no so Abiku are you know what like Igbo people call them Ogbanje.
Yeah, like people that die and
It's
come back
yeah,
now,
yeah.
or
So
kids
that
that
is the
die.
yeah, so it's literally the same thing. It's just different. It's like you saying Amadi
Yeah.
or her and saying Shango. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. So Abiku
Yeah.
is the Yoruba name for that. So as I was saying that
Mm,
these kids did not read Abiku, they didn't read Lion and Jewel, they didn't read
yeah.
all this other your book. So they no send
I
you,
even have his book set here. I've not even read
Yeah.
any one.
And
God, that big.
just a side step, Shoyinka is not the easiest person to read because you go read one line, you go use
One
like
million
five, you go use like
times.
5 days. They
Ah,
try
my
to
God.
dissect them. It's not beans.
They say the way they
Whenever
speak
we're
the
in literature class, sorry,
language.
whenever we're in literature class and they say we are reading Shoyinka, like, oh my God, why?
Mm.
Why? Why does this guy
Oh.
let us read we'll take Shakespeare over this guy. I beg you, the name of God, please. Yeah,
Mm.
so
Really?
no, Shakespeare is another terrible person. That was terrible. I
Do you
don't
understand
even
what I mean? That's why I'm like, why would you guys honestly take Shakespeare
I
over
tried
Wole
I
Soyinka?
tried watching Macbeth. So there was a Macbeth movie
Macbeth.
that came out last year. Denzel Washington played the role of Macbeth, right? See, it's
Mm.
lovely to look at, but to understand what they were saying, I had to pause and
Is it
interpret
in
it in my
Shakespearean English? Like
it
same
was
thing?
it's the same thing. They didn't water it down at all. It was
Wow.
shot in black and white
That must be
to show
mad.
you how strong, that movie was.
I
They shot
promise
it in black
you.
and white. And I said, bro,
Ah,
you know what? I know the end of this story. There's no point again. I don't need to watch this thing, you know. But anyway, back to Adeche
oh,
and
that's
Soyinka.
beautiful.
So
Mm-hmm.
Adeche's letter stirred up the honestness, you know. So yeah. So what are your thoughts about Mrs. Adeche's or Chief
You know,
Adeche's letter
I
begging
love it, right?
our colonizers?
Forever. So forever my stand, right? And I think I saw it. I saw her write up from a different perspective. I don't know if that makes any sense. I actually saw it as an act of defiance in a sense. I don't so you don't first off I'll say this. I'm not a Twitter baby. I'm not on Twitter. I don't know how anybody feels about this, you know. Like I'm on Twitter, but like I'm not a Twitter finger. I don't have tweeting fingers. I'm not always there. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what the trends are per time, right? So when I saw this article, I saw it on Instagram. I saw it on her Instagram and then on someone's story, and I was like, I wanted to push it and say I'll read it later because I saw the artwork, the bats and Pio's picture, you know, put together in some sort of puzzle, and I was like, see,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not ready
yeah, yeah, I
for
saw it.
any. Do you understand? I'm not ready for any election and anything anymore. Like I just want to chill. Like I wanted to push it. Then I thought about it. I was like, okay, let me give it a good read. And I think that my sentiments are quite different from like what you have just mentioned. As much as like I hear you and I see the point, we're trying to emancipate from uh, our colonizers in a sense, right? We're trying to emancipate from the Western world, but I think the Easter holiday. If we never even spoke about the Easter holiday, but we'll get to that. I had
We'll talk
some
about that.
conversations with some people, right? And we are systematically still oppressed in Africa, whether we agree to it or not.
Because we chose to
Um,
be oppressed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I agree with that 100%. I don't think the idea for me is to doubt that, but I feel that also the oppressor is not going to up and go, and the change that we're looking for is not just going to come. It's for how like we demand for democracy, right? We Nigeria, we're very good at poking it a little, and once it growls, we run away, right? We do that. That's like our attempt. Once it growls, we run back. But I've said on this podcast before, you demand for your freedom every day you wake up. You don't will it away, you demand it. And for me, when I read that, it was poking at the lion, really. And I think one thing I admire about Chimamanda, I don't care. Like, this is not blind admiration. I think there are parts of her that I have, I'm unsettled with. I would have imagined a different approach or one thing or the other. But I think one thing I admire her for is that she would raise her voice. Like
Oh, she did. I have no
she
problem with
will
her
talk to
raising
the
her voice.
bully. Yeah,
Yeah.
she will talk to the bully. Whether we admit it or not, the US has a stake in this election. They get eye for you. The
And
UK
but
has
my
we s-
but
we saw different presidents moving in and out of Nigeria's borders during the election period. So like, why are we not going to speak to them?
not
You try to
civilized,
form like you're
not
not
sorry,
bullying. Mhm.
not the Western presidents. Those were African presidents, not the Western presidents
What to do? What that did? What?
that were moving into Nigeria during the election period. Those were African presidents, not Western presidents.
No, what's the name of the? Is it what's the name of the? That was at the airport. There was
Boris
a whole.
Johnson. Boris Johnson is not the
Yeah,
prime
there.
minister anymore.
No, no. But like, what is he a politician?
He's a speaker. He's a public speaker now.
Is he a Was he or was he ever at a point? Like? I don't understand.
So
Like, if
the reason why he came to Nigeria was for a private function.
oh na ne unoma. That's the people's.
I'm
That's what they
sorry,
told you people now.
you lost me, you lost me. I don't have the
That
STD,
was the
so you lost
idea.
me.
Like, go. Like, see at this point now, the way they tried learn your language, you self they tried to learn my language. So go
That one
bounce.
hard. It was
And
Jukpa.
because do you think your zone is so easy to?
See, Jukpa
But
and the
well,
one you spoke now, it's like
see
German. It's like
the
you speaking German.
willingness. See the
Oh,
willingness to even try first is what we're looking at. You want to say, okay, let me even learn. Sit down. You start from there. Go they tell you sit
See.
down every day.
Unless
But
I get
see,
married, unless I'm getting married to an Igbo woman, mama, you go hard me. Even
so
the
that's see that's the problem, right? At the end of the
yeah,
day, Nigeria needs to unify at some fronts. If we keep saying, "Oh, we can't wait," the language also separates us. The language is a barrier.
we are
But
too
this is a
many.
whole
That's our
other
problem.
conversation. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation that we'll probably get into. And I will now leave my Chimamanda's bullet points that I'm trying to state out how I saw, right? How I
Okay.
consumed it.
We'll see.
I looked at it and I don't see the begging that you guys are talking about. Like, to be honest. She questioned them. She asked for me. She asked, this is what I saw. She queried, like, oh, if you say you guys always like to form like you're not bullies and you're always like your ways are right. But like you can see something clearly went wrong here. And as big a bully as you guys are, you're going to turn a blind eye. So why is this? Why are you turning the
Because
blind eye?
that's the way of the world. Even America's democracy is
And
not perfect.
so just because no, but that's for me. This is my take home from the write up, right? Just because this is what we're trying to how do I say it? We're trying to battle is the more reason why you should call it what it is. In my own opinion, I'll give it perspective. What I'm trying to say. So we're saying, oh, the white people have Africa at a chokehold. Someone sent me a message. Eniola Alakija that was on the podcast. We had a conversation. He listened to the last episode and he sent me like some feedback on some things that we said during the last episode. Maybe later during the pod, if by with your permission, we can just like read it. I didn't tell you earlier because we didn't really gist. You were sounding cranky. But like
Me? No.
all
Why?
of yes, you're sounding cranky. You're
Like,
sounding cranky. I'm
please,
telling you, now I have to ask you.
when you stay up all night dealing with artists with egos, you feel like breaking anybody's head. But that's another
See
story. We'll talk about it
that's
later.
that the hassles of the trade that you are in.
Mm,
That's
mm,
what you're facing.
mm. I just
Pele,
thank God
you've
that
done this thing too much not
it's
to
not
get
too
used
much.
to it.
It is just how human beings just don't follow the script. Like human beings are human beings
Yes,
are
but they're the
problematic
most
people.
fun. Yes, but
You tell
like,
human being, you say, please,
oh,
you're meant to be here by 9 o'clock. So we've heard it already. Don't worry, don't worry.
mm,
9:30. Where are you?
Ayo,
Don't pick.
I I think that I understand what the like issue is. You
No,
don't
Ugochi,
really work with people.
no. It's not that I
I
don't work
work
with you.
with
Trust
people.
me.
I'm
Trust
in the
me.
service industry, so I
Don't
see
worry.
people all the time.
If I have an event, I'll tell you to come and do backstage. Well, when you walk 2 times, voila,
If you would tell
you break
me,
somebody's
no,
head.
but if normally, but like I think it's part of it now. That's part of the blood rush.
Yeah.
Human beings make your
But
blood
it's not
rush.
apart from that again, it's the so okay, just wrap up with I was when I talk about my
Mm,
Easter, I will explain it. But let's just wrap
mm,
up with the
okay,
Chimamanda stuff. Yeah.
okay. I think that for me, I typically applauded the article she wrote
Applaudissez.
in for historical reasons. Someday we would ask, I've said this on the pod before again, Ayo, the propaganda episode. If we keep on saying, oh, the Westerners are holding us at a chokehold, and there is no evidence of us actually trying to fight back. See, there are mediums to fighting back. How did they hold us in a chokehold? I was reading the letters of Leopold to his emissaries and how they wanted to take over the people of Congo, how they wanted to take over DRC, right? How they wanted to take over Congo, whichever one you choose. And see, the media, religion were tools that were used to hold us where we are today. So that is why, for me, it's very interesting things like Homecoming, for instance, or podcasts like 234 Essential, or people who are telling the different stories of how Nigeria Nigerians have at different points raised their voices, because what's affecting us right now is the lack of knowledge in total. We're now just asking questions. We're now just saying, why is this like this, like this, like this? And for every room that I enter, I'm making it a point of duty. moving forward, as long as they're Nigerians there, to have these fundamental conversations, because now the propaganda where they use hold us, we too we need to hold
you
them
have
back. See,
energy.
because
You have energy.
no, but
Shout out to you.
unfortunately, we have to have it. Like this is not a fight of we'll talk today, we keep quiet tomorrow. And the government has reading too long on that. So you know what? If we're not going to enter the streets, we're going to document this process. We're going to raise our voices at every point, every day we wake up in Nigeria. We're going to be demanding our freedom. And that being said, I'll take like an excerpt of the Chimamanda article that I really enjoyed, because it hammered on the times that we're in. That's what I could take. I think I was looking at this article for posterity's sake, even not even for whatever it is and how petty our feelings have, or how I'm so much in our feelings right now. I'm not going to undermine anybody's emotions and call them petty. I take that back. But like, we need to understand that this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And in any way that you can raise your voice to talk back to the oppressor, I'm down for it. And me, as I've said again, and I've said before and I'll say again, one thing I admire about Chimamanda is that she will raise her voice regardless. She's not looking left and right. And we should take that from her.
I want to ask you
Because
a question right now.
if we're really going to get to this point that we need to get to, then we can't be quiet.
Okay. I
That's the
want to ask a
truth.
question
Ask
to
your
end
question,
this.
then I'll read
Uh, yeah.
my part of my excerpt.
I don't know, but I'm not ready to answer this. So you know all of
Mm.
this now.
So
Why is
is
she
it a
living in
rhetoric
America?
then?
Why yes, there is why is she living in America?
You know, that's another part
Mm,
of the
moving
conversation
back.
that's no, 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 no. Ayo, wait, chill, chill, chill. That's another part of the conversation that I even want us to have. Because first of all, you know what we need to talk about? The factor of shame. Africans, we have no shame. That's the problem. We're okay with being bullied. We're okay with being told how to feel, what to feel, when to feel it. Me, I'm actually about that. You know, it's very okay for you to be sitting. You know, yes, we can blame. You can blame our leaders, and these shots at everybody who is like on this table. We can be throwing shots and shades at the Nigerian economy, and you know, but see, as much as we are Nigerian, everybody should be fighting from everywhere. If you can, if you're given access to be able to fight, fight at this point now, because we cannot erase the slavery from our history. I was telling someone recently, we cannot erase slavery from our history. We have slavery embedded in it. It's how to move on from there. We need to be looking at. It don't happen. We say it don't happen. Now, what are the conversations that we need to do to redress ourselves? Because a lot of people who are abroad, nobody say they really just want day there. Oh. That's the truth. I used to think about it as cowardice sometimes, but you know, in a different light, on a different day, I see what you mean. I see that you're still giving your children to these people. I see that you're erasing the lineage that you so heartfully protect, because at the end of the day, that child that you're trying to give birth to abroad is the citizen of the country. And no day will the country ever let them go, but they also then let them stay there in peace. So you have to be at peace with that first. I get that. But my dear, anywhere you are, fight. I can't even hate you right now, because we know they try from here. You know they work. You know how they say like there's some things you can't access here in Nigeria when you Google certain things. If you get the access, if you get them, just educate one another wherever you are, because this is how the change is going to happen. It's going to be visual. It's going to see. That's anyway, Sham. That's a whole other conversation. I'm really in my feelings when it comes to that, but like because I honestly used my Easter break to talk about this at the different levels of exposure and understanding I want to get this from. See, if you dare me do fight from there, if any part of the giants you are seeing, punch, give it your best shots. I'm sorry, I can't hit you at this point. It don't happen. We say it don't happen. We just need to rewrite it. We need to do better by ourselves, and we need to fight. That is why I am saying we cannot be quiet at any point. Own your shit. Another thing that really upsets me sometimes, I know it's as a survival skill, is leaving our language, you know, our intonations. When you want to interface with a white person, you just hear Nigerians. Now we they quick, they fast, they learn the language, like they pick the tone. please, if you can keep it as Nigerian as possible, I would really appreciate that because you take away the language, you take away the people as well. The language is as important as the people, and this is the truth. But anyway, back to what I wanted. I was going to read from Chimamanda article, so we can wrap it up because I can feel Ayo's eyes burning from the side of from the side of my head from the air. I can't even see you.
Innocent me.
Um, he said this Nigerian election was supposed to be different, and the US response must not be business as usual. The Nigerian youth's long politically quintessence have awoken. About 70% of Nigerians are under 30, and many voted for the first time in this election. Nigerian politicians exhibit a stupefying ability to tell barefaced lies. So, to participate in a political life has long required a suspension of conscience. But young people have had enough. They want transparency and truth. They want basic necessities, minimal corruption, competent political leaders, and an environment that can foster their generation's potential. To be honest, this is all we are really asking for. Shebi now we don't day here today. One of the major topics of today is is some things that are going on in the same country. My dear, anywhere you can attack it from because our leaders too, they're going on to unfortunately dipping their hands in the same dish with these guys. My dear, anywhere you fit, punch at it, punch at the giants.
Okay.
I don't think I see anything wrong with like this, but I mean I hear y'all. I hear you guys.
I wish Libyans have your share of enthusiasm concerning this.
Well, at the end of the day, Nigeria is the giant of Africa for a reason. Let us start first. We have the best
In,
PR.
in the
We have the
land of the
best PR
blind,
in
in the
Africa. No
land of the blind.
worry.
I
No,
beg.
see, now so one day change they take they happen.
I
Right?
know.
That's how change happens. And you don't even know when or how. But repeatedly we need to keep speaking up, man.
All right. I'm with two people. I'm with you two people in spirit. All
I
right.
don't I
Fan
don't
mail
see
three.
that, but okay.
All right. This is from Anonymous. Good day. You all at 234 Essential. I was introduced to 234 Essential by my friend Ezekiel. I've gone to binge most of your episodes because my co-op work is repetitive and boring. I realized that Ugochi
Mm.
grew up in my area. Shout out to Agbara Estate, triple exclamation mark.
Okay.
Now wow. Not much to say, but
Shout
I
out
love
to
the
Agbara
violence on the
kids,
pod.
man.
Not much to say, but I love the violence on the podcast, especially not sugarcoating your words. Keep it up. We will
Thank
get back our stolen
you.
mandates. LP. Also,
Yes.
now, wow. Also, shout out to Auntie
That's it.
Helena. Shout out to Auntie Helena Futo. How to leave the school for greener pastures. Thank you, my brother. Okay, the fourth fan mail, Chew Boy Caesar. Hello, guys. It's been a minute. The last 5 days I've experienced unexplainable media derived euphoria. Davido's new album dropped. Binge listening to plus 234 and Loose Talk podcasts. Also watched like 3 seasons of How I
Love
Met Your
it.
Mother, amongst others. Anyway, Sha,
Mm.
I enjoyed social media this week. You guys are doing a beautiful job. And AOT2, I must confess that you are one of the brightest minds in the Nigerian entertainment slash journalism space. And I love how you casually drop quotables out there. The one you said last week, we don't dance, we lean back. That one should be a merch. Ugochi, keep being
Completely.
you, and I Ugochi, keep being you, and I love how you addressed that family episode. Hearing you feature in the last episode of Loose Talk made me smile so much. Thanks for being there for the
Mm.
city boys when they needed you. You self na superhero.
Normally.
Feel another, feel another. Your efforts don't go unnoticed. Keep it up and feel. Don't forget to Roger boys when the big bad drops. So that will be all for now.
Works.
God bless you guys. One day Nigeria will be great again. Now wow.
Amen. Yes, Cyril, I believe Nigeria will be
For
great
CBIC,
again for
we
sure.
know they pray for Nigeria. We know they waste our spiritual energy. We pray for
Ah,
ourselves.
Ayo. Cyril Bosa for us because don't worry, when Nigeria will be better, CBIC will move ahead. You guys will
I
have
know.
international and local. See, your local headquarters, it will be booming so much. You have foreigners coming to see. This is the big
Nah, so,
dream. But
nah, so.
But like you're not about the stuff we're talking about. So what are we going to do now?
All right. So
Um,
last family.
fifth family. Yeah. Hi guys, I have been a fan of the pod right from the beginning, and you guys are doing a fantastic job. Fantastic in all caps. Ha! AOT2 brought me here from the low stock days with the rest of the clan, Steve and Osage, or should I say facts only with Osage. How's the Ibadan family? Laugh out loud. Ayo, how's your Ibadan family?
Fake news, fake news.
It's fake deep. Ugochi, my ego stallion. Oga, I'm somebody's own. Or should I say my unicorn? I think I like both actually. I love it in that XXX voice. Ooh, but I beg. I don't miss an episode. This is what I listen to at work all the time. Thank you guys so much. This is my first fan mail. Not really good in writing, but it is in response to AOT2's comments on the vampire episode where he said he ends going to vote again in Nigeria. Ayo, the American branch, the foreign branch of CBIC, they're calling to you that Daddy
Let me.
Gio, that you should
You
keep
know what? I will
voting.
vote for Nigeria. I will vote in Nigeria. When me, I go to America too. When I go to America, I will vote. It's so sweet to like. It's so sweet to pray for Nigeria when you're abroad. And me too. I'm waiting. When I'm abroad,
See,
I will love Nigeria.
anyway, let me be done first, then we'll get back to this your foreign dream. AOT2 shouldn't give up on voting. This single experience should not make him give up. No one gives up power easily. The so-called political class feel that they fought for this democracy after June 12th, and they feel it's an entitlement. Is an entitlement. So invariably, they want us to fight to get it from them. And if at the first battle we give up, then it means that they have won. I know it's hard and disappointing with what happened in the last election with voters' intimidation, harassment, and violence. It was scary following it online. But I believe and know that the Nigeria of our dreams is attainable, and I hope soon because I want to come home. The only advantage living abroad has over Nigeria is structure and quality of life. Apart from that, Nigeria beats it hands down, and that is on facts only in all caps. You guys should keep on the good work. And regards to the rest of the family, Phil, Nana, where is Poe and Toyosi, by the way? Poe and Toyosi, where are you guys? They
They
don't
are
they call
city
on her.
city girls. City girls. They
Do you
are doing city
understand?
girls things.
They've grown so big now. They have their own stuff happening. They don't want to, be rolling with us anymore. We're too old for them. Well, I don't know. Anyway, hopefully one day I get to meet you guys physically. Stay blessed, Mr. T in bracket Ajala. Ah, I know this person.
Ajala travel all over the world.
Interestingly, I asked him like why he gave himself Ajala, and he said
Yeah.
because he actually traveled like all around Nigeria. He has
Oh,
been
that's nice.
to I think the entire 36 states. So are we still taking jabs at him for actually going around Nigeria, seeing the problem and jackpine, or what's our
You know,
what
he
are we
traveled around
ruling
Nigeria.
now?
Wait, he traveled around Nigeria when security was not a
Mm,
problem. Nobody is
how do you know?
traveling because nobody is traveling around Nigeria 36 states now. It's not possible. Even to go to
Well,
Ibadan,
right
they pray.
now though,
Well, they're back. Oh. After election, they're back. Now they started kidnapping again. They're back.
w- but like when there were no kidnappings as
Mm-hmm.
rampant as this, because that's always been unsafe anyway to move around
But no.
Nigeria.
So the 36 states, you go to places where Boko Haram is too happy. You go to the northeast.
So so that's the thing, right? But there are people who live there. But I
Shout out
have
to
friends
them.
who live in these areas.
Shout out to the people living in Borno. God will be your protection. As for me and my
This is not the
household,
journalist deep. This is
as
not
for
how a
me and my
journalist should be
household, no.
deeping.
See, there are different journalists. Don't put me with
Mm.
Amampo. Amampo has life insurance. I don't have life insurance. I am see
Get it,
when it comes to
Ayo.
excuse me
Get life insurance. Do the
when it
damn
comes to
thing.
when it comes to homecoming, all those fine ones, I'll do journalism there. Don't tell me to go to a
Based
war-torn
on the
area.
culture.
Don't tell me to go to a war-torn area to not go and document life there. I am not going.
But you you
Please.
you agree that is it Afrobeats or hip hop has some of its roots somewhere in the north,
Good for
right? Where
them.
is it?
They
But it's
should bring
not
it
true.
here.
That's what you guys talk about now.
We're not arguing. They should bring it here. If the mountain, if Muhammad not go to the mountain, should come to Muhammad. Please, I beg
But
you.
why must we? So that's the problem. You know that this thing you're saying now is the full problem of the country. They should come to they should come to Lagos. Why?
Uh, I don't know.
Because life there is not good.
I don't know. But me and my
Eh,
household, I am staying in a place where I can, when I hear gunshot, I know where to enter. I
see
beg.
you guys. I ought to be honest, right? This right here is the very problem. We don't know ourselves enough to even want to live together.
Okay,
Like, what
okay.
is okay? This
Do you
some
want to
people
go
don't
to
talk. Say,
Bonu?
okay, they want to-
Do you
me, I
want to
want
go
to
to
go.
Bonu? Okay, we'll
Yes,
go. Don't
yes.
worry.
But I told you that we
No.
should go to Kano one time.
For
Safe.
what?
Yeah, let's go to
What am I
Kano.
doing, Kano? What am I doing,
But
Kano? For what?
why don't you want to go to Kano? See why he's
I know the
attacking me.
I know they go all those area.
I imagine a stubborn look on your face. Says for what?
Kanu. No. Nah, nah.
I, yeah, it's when you started talking that me I started hearing feedback. I when did you hear the feedback?
It's when Phil opened up his mic.
Me too. That's when I heard it.
Ah, me, I can't, but me, I'm listening to her and I can't hear anything.
Me too. It was when you started talking that I heard the interruption.
Has it gone now? Has it gone now?
Because me, I'm still hearing it. Oh.
Phil, has it gone?
So the interruption is still there. Eh, I don't know.
All right.
I
Yeah,
can you hear? Okay, the
I can't
feedback
hear
has
it.
stopped now.
Yeah, yeah, I can't hear it. I can't hear it. There's like a
Okay,
humming
but I
sound.
can hear myself. Oh.
It's good if you can hear yourself now. If
Okay.
you're using the earphone to the mic, you're supposed to hear yourself.
Yes, I'm using the headphones with the mic.
Yeah, you're supposed to hear yourself. I'm hearing myself too.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Nice.
Back
Anyway,
again.
Sha,
I'm not going to any
I feel
Kanu.
like
Thank you very much. Thank you.
me personally, I feel that for us to solve this problem, we need to know each other because commerce we know we commerce, stay we know we stay. If we must
Ugochi,
stay, then we must find a way
I
around
never
it.
I never know the woman for Lekki finish. You want me to go Kanu?
See,
No, let me know.
but I
Let me know
guess
the baddies in Lekki first before I go to Kanu.
so
Thank you.
you don't need to know all of them. You need to know the ones all around the country
No, I don't
because
want.
they
I
different.
like Lagos women. I like Lagos women as they are. Thank you very much. They are fine. Thank
Okay,
you.
so you like the women who live in Lagos as they are.
Yes, yes.
Okay. But here's the thing, right? Me, I'm saying that if it is a conversation on us changing the narrative in this country and we decide that we're going to continue this first relationship, then we have to know each other so that we can know how to broker because the way we they go like this, keeping quiet is not peace. That's
Let them change.
silence.
Let them change the security narrative. When change the security narrative, I'm Mongo Park. I will do everything. I will enter river, enter bush, enter desert. But as now, for me and my household, I am sorry.
Mm.
I am not going.
And guess
See,
what?
bullet is not easy. It's not easy to collect. I know they do. If they kidnap me today, nobody's raising money for me. I beg you, in the name of God. I cannot be
Which is
doing.
fine. You know
Uh-huh.
what,
Then,
eh? And let me tell you, I'm not saying it's fine because I say it's fine because eh, like oh give up on Nigeria and everything. I'm saying it's fine because like it's okay to feel this way, right?
yeah.
But like what's not okay is for us to keep voicing it. Do you understand? Like even if you're giving some haphazard love or courage, I think we can fuck with that, to be honest. Like, it's how we're saying like, oh, the people, it's how you're saying like people, why are people abroad saying they should come back and come and fight, right? If tomorrow you two you get the opportunity or we get the opportunity to leave this country at any time, of course
Yeah.
you will definitely leave. Still understand, but
Ugochi.
first you must understand what the problem is.
Ugochi, right now I'm not fighting for
Yes.
Nigeria. Why me? I'm living in Nigeria. You think if I make mistake to go abroad, I will not fight for Nigeria? I'm
That's
gone.
when you
Sorry.
start fighting.
Fight for what? Not
Everybody
there
at
on
some
ourselves.
point has tried to fight the system. I don't think like as long as you're still see for now you still there. And for year now
Unfortunately,
you they collect the bag where they collect. So
unfortunately,
you might as well fight. Because nobody
anyway,
say tomorrow if you could up and go, I know that you would have thinned out since if I will not even hear from you in any form or manner. But like you're still here now. So what are we going to do about it?
look at God.
If you keep quiet, it go still touch you. If you no keep quiet, it go still touch you. So which are you choosing? Which are you deciding?
I decided to be with the Lord. That's all I know.
But the Lord too, he scattered things. So when he went to the temple and he saw them selling there, what did he do?
Eh,
Righteous anger. That's the
make
thing. That's
person
what we
rise
need to
up.
focus on.
There are plenty
With
people.
action.
Let them go and rise up now.
You are
I'm
part of
waiting
the
for the
plenty
rising.
people now. If they
I
want
know
this count
the.
census now, you know follow for the people they want count.
I know sure say I go do census. There's no point.
Eh, you
Because some
but
people,
see,
some
you
places
don't
they'll
even
count
cut your
cow.
money for your head.
There's no point. All the money they don't cut, they don't budget for my head. It never reach me. It's not as census.
shout,
I don't want.
shout out to Mary. I actually know somebody who has been deployed for this census. I'm going to ask her insider's detail, or maybe after she's done with the exercise, we can have a
They say everybody
conversation
should
with
travel.
her on how.
They say everybody should travel back to their village for census.
Is that
So
what they
please,
said?
that's what. Is it on one is or iPod? I can't remember one of the two.
Ohaneze.
One day I'll get it right. They say everybody should go back to their village be counted. Yeah, like I was saying, traveling around Nigeria. Shout out to the people who are doing it, but not for me. I'm sorry.
But you need to try Sha. Anyway, I think yeah, you're warming up to their idea a little. Maybe not all the red zones in Nigeria, but like I think you're warming up to the idea, and
Yeah,
very soon it will be
exactly.
like easy peasy.
As long as
And I
no,
don't
as
think
long
it's
as
that
it's not a
bad.
red zone, it's that bad, please. It's that bad. I dey
What
see
about if we
stories
take
every
a
day.
plane there?
Where? Which plane in Nigeria? Which plane? I know the enter plane for. I know to even enter plane in Nigeria
Why?
because
It's not
anything where our
clear.
people touch, they get K leg. I'm sorry, it's a
No.
fact. Okay.
But people are taking local flights every day. Me, I'm going to Port Harcourt,
Have
Sha,
you
by the
seen
grace of
look,
God in the coming
local
week.
flights that they turn to praise and
By
worship
the
inside?
weekend, rather.
Local flights that they do praise and
Normally
worship
now.
inside. Okay. Okay.
No, normally, like based on who we are, we should stay. We are religious people, you know.
Good
Let's
for
stay
you
true
people.
to this shit.
Don't
Be
worry.
true to your shit.
Anyway,
If we did both of that, when you enter plane, you go still pray because you can't leave. You can't remove your eyes from God.
I
Do you
know.
get what I mean?
All
Based on
right.
CBIC that you're supposed to be one telling me this. So.
I
But
believe you.
anyway, the mean
Yeah.
all of us
Okay.
because I don't
So how was your week, Ugoji?
and my week was great. Easter
Wow.
was my high point of my week.
Oh, so good for you.
See
You
you
rose with
guys.
Christ.
I rose with him. Oh. I arose. Honestly, see the best time to go to the gym is honestly by 3 p.m.
Yeah, that's the time I used to
Best
go to.
time 3 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I went to the gym at 3 p.m. It smelled amazing. There was nobody in the gym. Gym was empty. Just the
Yeah, that many
trainers,
people
trying
around.
to
Yeah.
get themselves. Wow. That's my new gym time, by the way. I'm always going in the night. I'm the night crawler. I'm a night person. So like I'm
Night
always
there are
going
too
to
many
gym
people
and then
there.
eh.
Night has too many people there. So I don't normally like going there at
Ah,
night.
so I go there at night because like the classes happen in the evening. I don't know if they're morning class. Oh, I think they're morning classes.
There are morning
But like
classes, yeah.
classes, yeah, the classes happen in the evening. And I think that's just when I started and I've just stuck to it in a sense. But like afternoon gym, 3 p.m. gym. That's the Bible. That's the truth. Especially eye fitness because everybody's in eye fitness. So in the afternoon, seeing the gym empty was needle in a haystack experience for me. Serendipity, if I dare
Oshé.
say.
Big English.
Yeah. God I beg, please help us. um, I had a great week. I went back to my course. If you guys notice, I stopped talking about it because like I kind of ignored it for a while and was trying to be a woman of leisure. But then poverty woke me up one
Sat you
morning
down.
and told me, Jonas, I sat me down. And I was like, God, this sugar baby dreams isn't same. It doesn't seem to want to come quick enough. I might have to be Miss Independent for a while. So just like I need to get back to my grind. I did that, and I've been planning the very interesting idea of going to Port Harcourt for a wedding. One of my best friends, brother, is getting married in PH, and schooling in Futo. When you have like small breaks like Easter, like this, where it doesn't pan for like like a couple of weeks or sometime anyway. We would go to like her house, her family house to be with them, and so like
Okay.
her brother getting married is like my extended brother getting married in a sense, like my own brother getting married. And so I'm trying to put myself together to get to that. But yeah, let's see. Content from PH
All
might be
right.
nice. And then Easter happened. Oh, I just remembered that. I didn't spend Easter with my family, which is the first time since I've been in Lagos that I've not spent the holiday, any holiday with my family. I've always spent all the holidays with them. So like this one was different. Spent it with a friend. And then another friend had a soiree in the evening, and I went for that. And that's where I met like very interesting Nigerians, young vibe, the very the millennials, the Gen X. Is it Gen X that they call them? Which one is before the after millennials?
It's Gen
Anyway, I
Z.
saw
It's
like
after millennial is Gen Z now.
no, sorry, before millennials. Which generation is that?
I think it's Gen X.
Yeah, I saw like people in that bracket, and we're just having conversations on the elections and Nigeria, and a wider conversation on even Africa, as it were. And it's just so interesting to see like how a lot of Nigerians. I think I understand how Nigerians, how other Africans look at Nigerians, right? Especially because I also have conversations with Nigerians who travel abroad, either within the continent or out of the continent, who travel around those areas, start to talk about the nonchalance of the people. Let me put it in perspective. People who have relocated, say for instance, to the US, that have gone to like a couple other cities in the US. You've gone to ATL, you've gone to Maryland, you've gone to Tennessee, you've gone to different places, right? You've gone to Chicago, you've gone to New York. When you meet natives of certain places who have never left their city before, right? You look at them like, how can you be in the US with all your access and you've never left this place before? That's how other Africans look at Nigerians, especially the Goshians. Well, if we're narrowing the conversation to just Nigeria and not Africa, right? I met a lady at the gathering who said she was working in and she worked in Ghana, or she works in Ghana, and they were telling her they're asking her if she knew about how Ghana used to be called before it became Ghana as it is today, being the Gold Coast, and how it was Sweden Gold Coast before they sold it and changed it to the Gold Coast and all of that. And she was just like looking. I was like, but you work there. Say yes. I said, haven't you ever bothered about what the people are about? She was like, what's my business? I mean, I'm just like, I just feel they are so lazy. No, 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 we're not talking about the attributes of the people. It's the story of the people that make the people the way they are. Right. And it was just this whole different experience for me, how very nonchalant we are as Nigerians about the continent and then our country.
Who the
It's like
continent
when
first?
people
Last. Who the
no,
continent
that's the
first?
thing. But the continent is feeding the other parts of the world. How about that?
Because the sorry to say, the Mumu leaders we have, at the end of the day, man,
Yes, but
if
unfortunately,
you
the Mumu leaders come from the Mumu followers now.
sorry,
Abi,
what's the name?
do the
What's that?
are the indigens of the country different from the people who
What?
rule the country?
Sorry, what's that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
For me to shame on me,
It's
right?
simple. Look, see
Yeah,
this thing
but
we are saying,
we're being fooled two times. We're all being
because
fooled, and we're
because
succumbing
we
to being fooled.
because we
How
want to
about
be
that?
fooled. We want to be fooled.
No,
Finish.
okay, Ayo, right? Checking direct jabs at you right now. We
Yeah.
even okay. Let me put it this way: direct jabs at both of us, but you more because you trumpet this higher, right? You say, oh, our leaders are selling us to these people. They want to be momo to these people, but we're also freely giving ourselves to these people. If we're being honest, all under the pretense of a better life, right?
Me, I never
But
said.
how
I
is the
never said.
life? How no? But how is the life going to change if we keep on saying looking at these people as right and we as wrong? Our leaders are, yes, who they are. There's largely greed in Africa, which is our number one problem. And I think we should start identifying our problems and calling them names so that we can now start knowing how to tackle them. But you cannot have a dream that is very foreign and still say our leaders are our problem. You are also the problem.
So this is my
That's the
own view of
truth.
this. This is my own view of everything,
Mm,
right?
mm,
This whole wise people that we paint as like evil and everything, right? They've been
mm.
to for now. Why did Asians fall for this? For why weren't Asians
But
hoodwinked?
they did. They fought back.
So they fought back and let us
The
fight back.
Koreans fought back.
Yeah, but
Exactly. And how did they fight back?
I
I know these are conversations that Nigerians don't like to hear. They shed blood to fight back. They killed
See,
their own
man is
people
this.
who had been
Man is this.
brainwashed over centuries to 200 years to 2 centuries to be precise. They fought
Man is
back.
this, right? This is my own this
But we're
thing.
not ready to fight back.
My own belief, and this is how me I see life. Never blame
Mm.
what people do to you. It's always your response. Africa has shown that it's not ready to be responsible. Simple as
But
that.
who are Africa? Who are the Africans at the end of the day? What is Africa? Africa is the landmass. Who are Africans?
The people staying in
But
Africa now.
it starts with no Ayo. But that won't we understand? That's this when I speak about the propaganda that we have, I mean it even to the grassroots. Forget about our leaders. Our leaders, yes, oh, they get their own. But our leaders are forcing us, yes, their actions force us to go towards to fall back into the hands of the same people that have rewritten our history in a sense that it were. That's why I said at some point in this pod today, I get it all. We can never rewrite slavery from our kini from our history. It already did it. But what are we now doing in the alternative to rewrite this? And if we still think that the better life only can be achieved there, it is what they have always made us believe anyway. How about also working? See, at the end of the day, what are we really asking for? Which is why I read that excerpt from Chimamanda. We're asking for bare minimums. Open gutter, make water flow. Do road, make it fine. Give us lights. We're asking for bare minimums. If we cannot fight for bare minimums, when are we going to fight for all the bigger structures that these other countries that have built? And these countries, I don't know about the history of America, and I'll be very open to listening to it. But I'm sure they did not leave America to go to other places to try to find their greener pasture. There were people who stayed, there were people who kept the ideals. And that is why it is great till today. But if we keep running, when does it stop? Let me tell you, I asked somebody recently, actually, it was Toyosi. I asked Toyosi, have you ever met a black American before? Like in the flesh, not in movies. She said no. I said, I think the first time I ever saw a black American as a child, I was shocked because I was just like, you're black. Why is your accent like that? That's what I thought to myself. Unfortunately, these people too have their own pains and their own flaws. They have their own things that hurt them. I can't speak for them. I don't. It's not my reality. I can't, honestly speak for them. But we all look alike, right? But you see, there's an innate hate, somewhat, for even you who is African, even when you go there. And unfortunately, we're giving our children back into the same system that we're so vehemently shouting about. We're so upset. Do you think America will ever let your black kid come back to say, oh, I'm no more American. Oh, I'm now like this? Is going to be so easy for them? So your child is anyway lost in the system that you so hate, right? The same system you said oppressed you and has put you under their feet. But you so willingly also give yourself to them. In the 18th centuries, it was the boats. In this century, it is us walking our nails down to the bed of it to go there. We actually want to go now. So the ships have changed. They have changed to voluntary at subservience. And we go there and we initiate so much of them. We take their language, we take their tone, we take everything, and we still call our place rubbish. We spit on it. When will the Nigerian now be better? And that's why I'm saying I want to hate on those guys, but okay, it don't happen. Say it don't happen. How about where you are? Talk about it. Let people also be curious. Talk about it. We cannot change it. We cannot change what has happened to us, but we can rewrite it. We can work towards it. I might be sounding a lot more passionate now. Normally, it's normally bants, but it's actually upsetting for me because I sat with a black American babe in the room yes on Easter Day, and she was like, I don't know what you're all talking about. I was like, okay, we there, yeah, we they shall say, oh, our government, our this one. But look, somebody who looks exactly like me that I have no problem with doesn't even know anything about it. How about we educate these people a little? Yes, nobody said the strife was good. The fight was going to be easy, but you make it worth it. Anywhere where you did, all die and die, everybody goes to die. Whether they choke you knife for they say you be black person, or they razzle you for yes, say you be Igbo, all of them nasty die. So we might as well choose. And I said silence is not an option. Keep talking about it. For posterity's sake, somebody's going to pick 234 essential up some years from now, trying to write a 10 paper about how black people try to fight their oppressors. I don't want to see that nobody said anything. I want them to hear that, see, we shouted, we fought, we tried to deploy the same tools, we tried to rally around, because this silence is really eating us. How, for the life of me, can you tell me that you cannot import something from Senegal to Nigeria when we all share the same coastal line? The item has to go to the US first, to the UK first before it comes back to Nigeria. How far is Senegal from Nigeria by road? Come on, we should be angry now. I don't know. Like, see, get it, right? Get greener pasture and shit. If tomorrow the opportunity comes to relocate, I would not look back, right? I'll weigh my options. I'll probably leave. But see, anywhere you catch me, I'm going to be shouting the same thing. That's the truth. Because this Africa, we need to be free, and we must get this sense. We must get them. Anyhow way you want to get them, we must shall get them. And anywhere in your little corner you are, shout there. That's my own. I've said it. I
Okay.
went on a full on rant. I had my 1 minute rant. Thank you.
All right. God bless
Oh yeah,
Nigeria.
and then I got featured on a pod called Imole. Belumi finally did it for her girl, because so Phil's thing is orange. Does this mean that Phil is no longer here?
He's not speaking. That's what it means.
Oh, okay, great. Um, I was on Imole, this a recent episode of Imole. We're talking about the elections, being Igbo and living in Nigeria and Lagos at this time. Um, very great conversation. You know, Pelumi has this way of making me talk, like opening up a person and making you talk about things you're not even comfortable with. So it was great. There's a lot there's a lot of covered faces for me in that interview, but it was good. So I had a great week anyway. Can you tell?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you tried.
I I feel like I've ranted so much. I'm just like, what's going on with Ugochi? Is she volatile
No.
now?
You see, I have the ginger. I'm very happy that you have the ginger. But me,
No,
nah, I'm
I
sorry.
do. I
I'm good.
honestly
Me,
do.
I'm good. I'm good, beloved.
Because it hurts me. It hurts me so much. It hurts me to see like how smart we are. Look, like, why? We're too intelligent to be treated like this now. Come on.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Um, my week was
How was your
okay.
week, Ayo?
It was alright. The usual work. Then I had to go and do
Mm-hmm.
homecoming wahala.
Mm,
Hectic as
for the
always,
culture.
but yeah, we thank God.
Sh-
Yeah,
Shout out to Grace Ladoja.
yeah. Shout out to Grace and all our people. And all the white people that
But
came.
how did you
And all
guys
the
plug
ladies.
into this? What exactly did you guys do for?
So plug helps her. So plugs helps her. Get artists to perform and also like manage the stage for her and stuff like that. So background scenes.
Ah,
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
Okay. I see how you guys plug in there. I think you've tried to explain these things to me before, but like
yeah.
seeing
Because
what you
we,
guys did at homecoming makes
yeah, because
sense.
basically obviously we know the how will I call it now, the lay of the land, who is hot, who's not, how to get artists there on time
Mm,
and all that stuff. So we are the ones that
yeah,
basically do it. Yeah. And shout out to like homecoming is like a 3 days festival, arts,
amazing.
culture, football, obviously music and all. So
Fashion,
oh,
yes.
yeah, fashion, yeah. It was good to see the whole thing. Obviously, the music is like the
Mm-hmm.
climax of the whole day event.
Mm-hmm.
Some I won't say foreign artists came. Some Nigerian artists from the UK came, or one
Mm,
artist from the UK came at least. Um, Tiwa
amazing.
Savage was there. Young John was there. Tony
Nice.
was there. Shay Vibes was there, and a host of other people. Sha. And
Mm.
shout out to all the kids who
Was
came.
Ojumodu Black there?
Oh, bro, that performance. God damn.
Love it. Tell me about it. Tell me,
So
please.
he
I'm begging.
came.
Tell me about it.
So he
Yes.
came. He performed one song.
Mm-hmm.
He performed one song. I think it was Doggy Dog or something. I can't remember the name of that song.
Mm-hmm.
Then he
Mm-hmm.
performed Picanto. Picanto was like his last jam before he dropped the recent song,
Yeah.
and people were going mad. Then before he now
Ekilebe
performed
soda.
Declan Rice, he went back, changed
Love
to
it.
one big. He changed to one big agbada, and when DJ Obi
Mado.
just played that track, him and like
Bila
30
de
guys just
Canras.
him and 30 guys just
What?
entered the stage. He was
Kill me.
bro. Hey, DJ Obi had to play it
Ayo, did they
again.
run you over?
No, me, I know where I stay. I know where I am. So I don't do that. Nah. But bro,
Love
if
it.
you've not watched Odumodu perform Declan Rice live, you've not watched any artist
Wow.
perform this year. It was
It was
madness.
that. It was that
Yeah.
mad.
like 20 guys on stage with him.
Hmm.
Like, and the crowd was
Mad.
just word for word, word for word. The whole place was shit. That was the
Hmm.
biggest reception, even bigger than
Mad though.
like Tiwa Savage and Young John. That was like the biggest reception that night. Man. It was mad.
Odumodu
I'm
is
happy
a
for Odumodu
madness
Black.
then.
Yeah, yeah, it
That's
was definitely.
great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah. It was
Mm-mm.
amazing.
I saw like clips of his performance on his social media, and I was just like,
Well, it's mad.
it's not
That's like ten
easy. Oh.
percent. That's like 10% of the energy that it was in that place yesterday.
And top
Yeah,
notch. That's
yeah.
amazing.
A lot of fashion
What
again
time were
was
you guys done?
we have done like 2 p.m., 2 a.m.
Okay. Please talk
Yeah.
about the fashion. I want to hear.
There was a lot of
That's
fashion
one that's
display
interesting.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Drake's line with Nike was somehow, I don't know, it was all over the place. Nocta. So Drake
Mm-hmm.
has a line with Nike, Nocta. That was all
Yeah.
over the place. A lot of, foreign designers were also there too. I think I saw Daily Paper. I think I saw some other
Mm.
things. It
No
was
Daily
really,
Paper
really
is
dope.
actually local, Sha. It's actually an African brand.
Yeah, it's actually Ghanaian guys with it's
Yeah.
basically Ghanaians and Dutch culture together. Sha. It's that immigrant
Yeah.
culture. Yeah. Yeah, so the
Exactly. It's immigrant
fashion is
culture.
mad as always in Lagos. I don't think we document that much, like how fashion is
Mm.
in Lagos, but it was actually very, very was great to see yesterday. So yeah,
I wonder why nobody is doing that actually. I thought
because
like
I know
Steven Tyler was
um
recording that in a sense, but like I
Sevita
feel like he
don't
was
is
just doing
Sevita
street
is big.
fashion.
Sevita is big. It's big, so there's no
Yeah,
you
he
know
is.
it's in the streets of Milan and Paris.
See, I think that I should work with somebody. I should actually come up with that. I can do it, but like it can grow into this whole snowball, but
Yeah.
we just started. I need to think of people who are going to do that.
And funny enough, there are a
Um
lot of babes who were dressed like Lizzo
mhm.
yesterday. Like plus size babes who were dressed like Lizzo. Yeah, I
Mm.
thought it was like a coincidence. And I saw like 4, 5, 6, 7. I was like, wow, okay.
There's a
There's,
following.
there's a following here, right here, man. And
Yeah.
homecoming is just that space of like, even if you've never been to the UK, just you having that worldly sense of okay, you know what is happening in the UK, you know what is happening in the US. So it was actually
Yeah,
very
and
good.
that I think that's for me is like my biggest um like thumbs up to Grace Ladoja for like the homecoming. I remember
Yeah.
when she would come back to Nigeria in like 2015 to have conversations with like key people here and just really talking about the homecoming before they did the Spectre and whole thing homecoming one, that first
Yeah.
one.
That was like the
But
first one,
like
yeah.
yeah, that was the first one. Like when she started it, like seeing that from inception, like from the conversations that have now birthed what we can now see as homecoming is so great for me because it's gone from um just the foreign culture or how do we say it, the immigrant culture of
Yeah, yeah.
Nigerians to a
The
festival
diaspora culture. Yeah.
basically. Exactly. It's a whole festival with music, fashion, pop culture, and just the cultural exchange between Africa and other parts of the world now, as it were. Again,
Mhm.
we cannot rewrite we cannot rewrite slavery out of our history, but we can tell a different story. And I think she's just really making us look super cool. And big up to you guys. That stage was mind blowing.
Oh, I saw that
I
stage. I was
saw
like,
it.
bruh, fam,
No,
this is
what is the
crazy,
thing
fam.
there? Like, how can
Man.
because because the truth is that homecoming is getting a lot of international recognition and
Oh,
stuff, and
yeah,
just
it
even
has, it
seeing
has.
that coming out of Nigeria was mind blowing for me. Stage was
Yeah,
insane. I couldn't make it. I got an invite really late. Not like I put my mind to it. To be honest, I've not really been in a festival mode of any sorts of recent. Just really just day by day,
yeah. Maybe
But
you come for
like
the next
I
one.
saw it. Oh, 100%. I really want to see what it has become. I went for the first one ever and I haven't gone ever since. Like I've just always stayed away from it for some weird reason. But
So
you know what? At this point,
they might have one in October. I'm not sure yet, but they might have one in October.
yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely would be attending that one. And we can start this whole documenting shit because see, brands like Seven Nature, David Blackmore, Gam Sports, they're
Yeah, I think
all
I saw
like
Steven
doing their
Nature
own
yesterday.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these are the guys that really top up in this conversation still as regards street fashion on that level in Nigeria. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. You know the crazy
So
thing I
it's
saw
definitely
yesterday?
something. Tell me,
I saw white boys doing leg work yesterday. I was like, fam,
they
our
there
music has gone
now.
far. I'm like,
Afrobeats to the
fam.
world, no?
Enough white boy. I'm like, they were like, when Shea Vibes when Shea Vibes was performing, they went wild. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, this is the real Afrobeats to the world that we're seeing right here.
Imagine that. Do you get what I
Yeah,
mean? So imagine that in all those conversations, we are telling our stories. We
yeah,
are keeping our. Do you get what I mean? See, it all adds up. Like I promise you, it all adds up. I met the founder of this Nigerian brand called NAC. I can't remember
yeah.
the
I know him.
full meaning. Nubian, yeah, and he was just talking about how their logo was an image or is an image of two women pounding and carrying
Yeah, I know
their
it.
babies at their back. Do you get what I mean? And I'm just like, imagine, and that's on a t-shirt. Yes, it's Western culture, but it's telling an African story. I get to see again, as I said, anywhere you can tell the story from. Tell it. If you want to use tie and dye, oh, if you want to use t-shirt, oh, if you want to use bucket hat, oh, anything you want to use, sweatshirt, oh, just tell a Nigerian story, an honest Nigerian. I think the title episode of this episode should be Nigerian story. I think because I've said it 1 million times throughout this
I agree.
conversation, and I think that it is important. Yeah, the Nigerian story is important. Everybody should tell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay, I've taken away from your week. Yeah,
yeah.
homecoming.
That was it.
You want to
Basically, it
talk
was
about?
just homecoming. That was the peak of my week anyway. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mad. What did you do for Easter?
No, that was Easter now. Wasn't that Easter? Wasn't Sunday Easter?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, oh. So you didn't spend it
yeah.
with family? Did you eat Easter rice?
Which
Gosh.
man, I
So
ate
you
rice
didn't shout God as reason.
and I ate
Jesus as reason
spaghetti.
from the
That's
dead.
all I know.
Okay. But did you eat
Yeah,
at work or before work or during work?
I ate before the whole concert twice. One in the morning and
Okay,
one just
mad.
before it started. So, because the amount of running I'll do, I know that it will go easy.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Kushe,
Thank you very much.
don't worry. Your efforts are not going unnoticed. See the person that was hailing you now based
I even
on
saw
Siri
Jess.
Gosa. Are you
I even saw,
serious? Of course, no, that's
yeah.
her vibe. That's
Guess
her
what
crowd
Jess said?
too.
Guess what Jess said
Tell
when she
me.
saw me? He said, Ayo,
Tell
why have
me.
you lost weight?
Ayo, what have I been telling you? Do you believe me now?
She's like, sorry. She's like, what? Sorry, was it like, did you do it on purpose? I'm like, okay, we're good. Don't
But
worry.
Ayo, is it that you can why can't you see it that you've lost
I
weight?
said, I told you the last time. I said, I saw it now. I told you, you just forgot.
But do you know how many do you know since when I've been telling you that you lost weight?
Calm down. It's not to pick up weight.
You
It's
think that
weight
there's
now.
water in my mouth or something? I'm so confused.
It's because you did not come
Don't
to
want to
homecoming.
hear.
That's why. It's only homecoming people will listen to. We listen
Hey,
to the
God,
inner
I
people first.
beg. See
Yes.
segregation. See, you know that
Yes.
I can be at every homecoming. When I
Now
see
you
even my, you know
see.
that my jersey on the two
No,
three four logo is a homecoming
you
jersey. That
don't.
was their
That jersey
first
don't
jersey.
expire. That jersey
I'm a
na first edition.
classic,
That jersey
but
na
see,
first
still on
edition.
still. See,
Buy the
and
latest
that's a
one.
classic.
Buy
But
the
that's
one
a
where Grace they wear.
classic.
Buy the one
No
where Grace
worry,
they
I go
wear.
see by am. No, I'm going to get
Okay.
it.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're joking with me. I'm
Good
actually
for
going to
you.
get it. Let me even hit somebody up self. Ayo, you're
Okay.
daring me. In fact, our
Ah,
next photo shoot now, you think I won't wear be that. I don't vex.
congratulations to you. All
Thank
right. Tweet
you.
of the week.
Tweet of the week. You are now listening to the tweet of the week, the tweet that stood out the most on Twitter
Right here.
on 234 Essential Podcast.
And this is from a lady called, I can't pronounce her name, so don't let me destroy it. So this is a medical
Yeah.
tweet. So I don't know the abbreviation she used there. She said during HJ, I guess is I don't
They
know.
say this says house jobs.
Okay,
House
during house
jobs.
jobs, I was assisting in a
Mm.
surgery. Next thing I heard, catch her, catch her. I was so confused. I
God,
didn't
I
know
beg.
who we were catching. I thought my patient was falling off the table until I felt arms around me. Apparently, I was the one falling. Hunger is a bastard.
I love it.
You're using hunger as your excuse. I mean, you saw things you're not supposed to say and you fell. Don't worry.
Oh my.
Sister, you're like
But
me. Don't worry.
a full stomach, maybe. A full stomach would have remedied all of
Me,
that.
I would
Maybe
have
that's
seen
what
full
she actually
stomach,
said.
half stomach, low stomach. I would have fainted. I'm sorry. There's no.
See, for her to have gotten to house job level, shout out to my friend Latifa, who is the wife to a doctor that I had to ask when I also saw it. Um, if you can't go through if you can't get to the husband, go through the wife. Always works,
Roshi.
by the way.
Now
Do you
so
know what I mean? See, dropping nuggets here. That's what I do, but nobody's giving me my flowers, but it's okay.
thank God flower
Um,
day ya. Flower day your compound. Just pluck them.
you know, say I carry down my plants go outside, and so sun don't dry am.
Now you
Hey
think
God.
Nigerian sun is good sun. Nigerian sun
No, the
is
sun
is a melting sun.
is the one that brings out malaria that is hidden in your body. It's an antibiotic.
Mm.
Ah,
God, God
it
help us.
forces your body to open, literally. Because what? Anyway, for the person to have gotten to house job level, the person don't go through a lot already now. You know how
You
many
must have seen
anatomy
you must have seen
classes?
all these cadavers or whatever they call them.
Do you understand what I mean? For the
I can
person
just
to have it,
imagine.
but it's hunger, sha. You know, say our
Imagine me
Nigerian
going.
doctors, they know
Imagine
they see
going to
money.
class and they say we are opening up a human being today. I'm like, sir, I want to go and learn carpentry. Thank you very much. I'm done.
But that's a whole class. I'm telling you. Have I ever
Shout out to
told you
them.
how I ran into a room filled with cadavers?
God forbid.
Oh my God, I need to tell you. I went to the University of Benin in 2010, 2011. I
You
went to
know
see
it's
a friend
Benin.
of
It
mine
just had to
there.
be Benin. It had to be
Do you
Benin.
understand? It had to be them. So I got there, and the person was a pharmacist. Well, he's a pharmacist anyway. But he don't jack passive. He's a pharmacist. And when he was still learning, he had told me to come to their faculty building to come and look for him. But that they were doing like a general course. So they were sharing they were that it was a shared course between them and anatomy students. Me, I did not know the class that they say I should enter. I just entered one class. Ayomide Tayo, I had
Mm-hmm.
a swollen head.
Hey, boy.
It was a room filled with dead, only on table, dead bodies. And there were
Mm.
students standing there. Knife was spatula in hand. They were actually working on the bodies when I entered. I don't know. That's a memory. See, that moment is too memorable for me not to have ever said it on this podcast. I apologize to you guys. What? I actually almost fainted. That I didn't faint was because they came to, when electric shock you, person can use
Mm.
sparkle, knock you, come off from there.
Yeah.
It meant small you for die, but they just save you. Now, waiting just happened to me that day. I was in raw shock. My God. It's just like, how do you people survive after looking at a dead body and you go home and you sleep?
Oh, I
No,
can't. I'm
they're
sorry.
definitely superheroes. I'm
In
later. Don't
case
worry. You just need to see the blood dropping from the place. You have not
I
seen
just
the
yet
body.
no, I don't even need to hear the blood. Just the scream alone.
You
I'm
just
gone. I'm done. I'm done. Thank you.
Oh my
In case you
god.
guys don't know what cadaver is, a cadaver is just a corpse. That's all. Because
Yeah, dead body. Yeah.
it's just doctors try to show us. They say they went to medical school. It's just a corpse.
But
So
that's a
just
mad ass name, shall. If not code name be that too sexy.
cadaver.
You're
Because
a
I used to hear that thing,
cadaver.
cadaver. So what is this
Oh
cadaver? Until
yeah? Oh,
I like,
dead
oh,
bodies.
is this what they're talking about? Look at
My
God.
dear.
Look at God.
See,
All
the
right,
body
talking
them
points.
was somehow,
Yes.
honestly.
Let me look for the talking point. I want to read it properly. So 5 years. So yes, again, the Nigerian
Should I
government is governmenting as usual.
it's giving.
So the House of
It's
Reps,
giving daft.
yeah, the House of Reps, who are one of the most bunch of useless people in Nigeria because they actually don't do anything,
We don't really know
propose,
their work.
yeah, propose a compulsory 5 year service for medical workers. Now breaking that down, the House of Reps passed for second reading a Medical and Dental Practitioners Act, Bill 2022, which seeks to make it compulsory for graduates in medical and dental fields to render services within Nigeria for 5 years before granted full license. Sponsor of the motion, oh God, he's from Lagos State again. Ganiyu Johnson,
Mm,
APC Lagos. Rep for emphasis, APC Lagos.
do you
Said the move was
understand?
to check. Said the move was to check the mass exodus of medical professionals from the country. So what this means is that if you've not done 5 years in Nigeria, you don't have a license, you cannot japa yet.
Did
And
you watch the clip?
no, I can't. I can't waste my data on Nigerian politicians. I'm sorry.
See the man, the Ghanaian that said this thing. Even the English, because of the way he even puts it, they're not supposed to listen to that guy on a normal day. The construction of the sentence that led to this motion that he raised, he did. I couldn't understand it for the life of me because the English
Uh,
was baz
you
buz
understand?
baz.
Ideas need. They understand. They already know his way. They know his way
Do you
already.
understand?
Yeah.
Hey, the guy legit said that then after what all that the government has done for you, they've subsidized your school fees, and after that you want to run away to another country
Subsidized school
to go
fees
and
is not the issue.
see.
So yes, the government has
It's not better life.
subsidized. So the government has subsidized medical education because if you want to go and read medicine
Do you
abroad or
get?
more, you go try. So yes, we give them that
It's
one.
cost.
But the doctors are not shouting about this. This is where people just decide to be tone deaf or just be deaf in general.
Do you understand what I mean?
Lack of medical equipment. You don't pay these people on time. You don't pay them for months. These people work in the harshest of conditions in Nigerian hospitals. And it is this one you people are holding on to now that, oh, because they subsidize education. That is a very foolish thing to say.
Exactly.
Now, if they pass this bill, can they also pass a bill that says no Nigerian politician will seek medical treatment abroad? That you must seek
Attention.
medical
Yes.
attention in Nigeria. Then we'll agree. We know it's 50-50.
Energy.
But even this one that
100%.
our president elect is collecting AC from France. It's AC when we are collecting in France. Like,
Mm.
look at God.
2 days after election, it don't already
So
first go.
Baba never enter Aso Rock. When you not enter Aso Rock,
Do you
first 3 months,
understand?
when they shake you, more. Now you go do 1 year for UK.
Ruling by omission.
Yeah. So
Now the type of ruling we they always they
yeah.
observe.
So the House of Reps should even ask what House of Reps should be focused on is how can we increase funding for the medical sector in Nigeria? How we can get our hospitals to be
No,
one of the best in the world? How
that's
we
too
can have our doctors be
much.
the best in the world? But because Nigerian politicians don't have sense, I'm very sorry to say, they don't want to do the job. They always
Mm,
want to do easy lifting. So they now want to put this 5-year embargo on it. Now, what is going to happen if they actually pass this bill is that a lot of people will not be reading medicine in Nigeria anymore. Is that after straight
exactly.
after is that after your WAEC and JAM, you go abroad to study medicine, or you go and do another course in the Nigerian university. So we are going to see the amount of people who actually want to read medicine now diminish in our country, creating another problem again. Thank you very much, Nigerian politicians. Because whenever you want to solve something, you create double the wahala for us. And it's the poor
Yeah,
people
they
that will suffer.
always 100%. They never
Yeah,
treat the solution. They never attack the problem. They treat the symptoms.
it's the symptoms.
That's always the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Now there's an
Why are the
update on
doctors leaving?
Yeah, no, they know, but they don't want to say. Now there's an update on this
Yeah.
story. So this is from our colonial masters, the UK.
Mm,
This was just done today, but you are reading it on Wednesday anyway. The UK or the United Kingdom has restricted recruitment of health workers from Nigeria and other countries. The government of the UK has announced restrictions to the active recruitment of health and social care workers from Nigeria by its public and private healthcare organizations. I want to look for the reason why this is. Yeah, United Kingdom said the decision became necessary following the WHO's projection of a global shortage of 10 million healthcare workers to achieve universal health coverage in lower and middle income countries by 2030. So what this means
mm,
is that if the UK cannot actively take healthcare practitioners from countries who are within the low and lower middle income countries by 2030. No, sorry, they cannot actively, recruit healthcare workers from low and lower middle income countries. And that's because in these
mm.
countries, basically their healthcare sector is already on red, it's already emergency.
Is already suffering. Mm-hmm.
It's already suffering. So if they now put that from them, it's going to cause wahala and there will not be an imbalance in the global health sector in the world, you know. So I guess these are
I
the,
feel that.
yeah,
Keep
continue.
going. Sorry.
No, no, no.
I feel that the UK's response is in response to probably news that we're getting from Nigeria in a sense. If you ask me, you
it's proper. It's true now. It's like saying, okay, you don't want us to hire your people. All right, keep them and see what.
mm,
Let's see the magic you want to do with them. At the end of the day,
so,
because
so I
in the
feel.
UK, sorry, in the
Mm-hmm,
UK health sector, in terms of immigrant doctors and nurses, Nigeria is third on the list.
mm,
We're the third highest. People
mm,
are, and they don't know. This is where Nigerian politicians are stupid. Like So these doctors and nurses that actually go over there to work are remitting money back home to Nigeria to help the economy.
Mhm.
But now you blocked that one
Mhm.
again. It's not as if you are helping Nigerians. You know that you are not helping Nigerians to be rich or even
Mhm.
financially empower Nigerians. Now the people that are doing
Yeah.
that now, you've blocked the road for them.
Exactly.
It just shows you
Like
that yeah, consider
I completely no finish. It just shows you that what
it just shows you that Nigerian politicians are a cost to this country. The present ones that we have,
Ahmed
that they are useless.
plus the politicians plus the people shall because we they support them.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's the
definitely.
truth.
But this one,
The
I'm
people they
just
don't act alone.
I'm zooming in on this particular one right now because to be real
Yeah.
fair, some Nigerians are even saying that yes, this bill they want to pass is true. Don't worry.
Mhm.
When you have a health care and you go to a government hospital and there are no doctors there, you will have sense by fire or by force. Your brain will
Okay.
recalibrate.
So because of the way so I'm looking at this from different angles, right? Remember I, gave a shout out to my friend Latifa, because like I ran this whole conversation by her and we're having a conversation about it. And she was saying she was making me understand that being a doctor in Nigeria, you get to pay for your license every
Mhm.
year. So you renew your license and you pay for it every year, right?
Yeah.
um if you're 20, if you're 10 for each year, so it's like for different ranges, so if you're from 1 to 10 years or 5 years, you pay a certain amount, just like that, so just to keep your license working and to continue to practice in Nigeria. um According to the APC person who raised this motion for this bill, he was saying that our doctors have reduced from a 24,000 um 24,000 to 10,000 doctors right now currently in Nigeria. As much as I agree, I don't agree to suspending their license, right? I believe that if whoever, based on democracy, you're free to at any point choose to practice at anywhere in the world that you decide to practice, and
Yeah.
that should be fine. But I really would actually implore the government to really look into this shit. Why? Because the doctors are not leaving because they don't see the goods that they can do here. They're leaving because their livelihoods are also at stake.
Yeah.
The sector is crippling day by day and rotting away, and no one is saying anything about it. Every
At all.
year there's a huge budget for the medical system in Nigeria, but nothing actually based on actionable steps
And
ever takes place.
every year Nigerian doctors go on strike.
Exactly. Do you get what I mean? So again, the proper example of them always missing the root cause and challenging the branches, right? The offshoots of their actions. Because I know that we really were impoverished, and because right now I'm able to have a level of access to our healthcare sector, and I know what a further diminishing of the numbers of qualified professionals would do. I kind
Yeah.
of see the idea behind it, right? Every Nigerian should be able to go to have access to decent healthcare is the basic. Malaria is one of the leading sicknesses here in Nigeria. I don't know how we don't have vaccines for malaria yet, right?
You
These
can't
are
have vaccines
wider
here too.
conversations. Do you get what I mean? These are wider conversations that we can eventually have. Typhoid, malaria, the things that naturally affect us. We should have our doctors doing research into this and bringing like reoccurring, something stable for us to work with. But unfortunately, they are strangled for air, and so they have to run away. They run away to other countries, and now you're saying they shouldn't leave. You're trying to stifle them at all cost. And for me, it's just the thing where, again, when injustice is happening, if you take a stance one place, you need to take a stance all through. Now, for those people who say, oh, it is these people that are the problem, well, you can really see at the end of the day where the problem really lies, that the
Yeah.
policymakers are making terrible policies
They're
that
making
are
terrible
making the
policies.
company, I say company, making the country, do you understand what I mean, making the country, that crippling the economy further and further. And you do not judge a country by its educated and powerful. You judge a country by its vulnerable and less privileged, so to speak.
Yeah.
How does the economy affect those guys? And if at the end, if you cannot see anything forthcoming from the government as regards to those people, then nobody is enjoying the country. So even if there is some level of, stability at a certain level, like I can afford to pay for HMO and everything, you should still be able to have access to free. Why do we don't have free healthcare at a certain level? I was still complaining to my HMO people that they charged me for HIV tests. How can you be charging me for HIV tests in this time and day, in this
Yes, now
age? How?
the thing when they go use common the blood, you think say it's easy.
My God, it's literally, if you don't want to, if it's not a full blood count, anything you're doing, Shebi is a prick of a needle and you're good.
You think the
Come
prick is
on.
easy? You think pricking is easy?
It's very easy. I've tried
Okay,
it.
okay.
You should try it
It's not.
too.
It's not the medical one. It's not the medical pricking.
It's doing whatever one you're thinking about. I don't think it's that difficult because hey, look at our numbers. If it was so difficult, won't be this many. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I get you. I
But
get you.
still, there's all that mess, and for me, it's annoying. Then again, you don't want them to leave. You don't want them to stay. What again do you want them to do? They should fly to the
You want them
middle,
to
or
rot in hell.
do you get what I mean? What's the problem? You push them here, you push them there, then you stop here, and then you stop here. Why? Is this a massacre? What are you guys trying to do yet again? And how can that even pass second reading? How was there nobody sitting there saying that no, I don't agree? And can we fester on this for a while
In a
for
room
us
of
to make some
illiterates,
sense?
anything can pass second reading because they don't read it.
I'm telling you, and their children are not here anyway, trying to
Of course,
battle with
yeah.
our
What do you mean?
educational system.
Yeah,
Doctor, we don't, instead of make you spend that many years for school, you don't they reach 20 years, you never graduate,
you
and we
never
still
finish.
talking. Do you
All
get
right,
what I mean?
let's talk about other exciting things.
On a lighter note.
Yeah, on a lighter note. So, Gangs of Lagos is everywhere.
Hmm.
Everybody's talking about it. If you pass
Just
Tomiland
cutting.
Bridge, if you pass Tomiland Bridge, is that big ass billboard. There's one new billboard they just launched at Tomiland Bridge that is very big.
Yeah.
It's big like stadium. So
I love
it's
it.
Gang of Lagos there. It's all over Twitter. It's all over the social media space. And I finally got to watch it on Saturday. Which have you
Oh,
watched
I
it?
watched it on Sunday. I did.
Okay, cool,
I've
cool,
watched
cool,
it.
cool. So you people say we should give
I
her a
got
review.
someone's
Oh, you got
Prime
somebody's
account
login.
and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
All
and I
right.
watched it with my friends.
That's nice. What are your thoughts?
Um, in totality and according to the fan mail that in agreement to the fan mail that we received today, I like the movie.
Okay.
I really like the movie. More than anything, I like the storyline. I like the storyline because more than anything, it reflects our current reality because we're also still in the election period. And I liked how they told the story of a thug and how even in that sector in quotes there's a lot of messy things going on there, right? I remember I said I watched it with a couple of friends, and so we are like, oh, if this was Lagos, this person will be this person, and this person will be this person. We're legit like attaching characters in the movie to real life people here in Nigeria, so that we are able to understand how this structure in quotes works on the political front, and also just seeing how kids who are born in the ghetto are not given the same opportunities as again judge a people by the fragile and vulnerable. Just seeing how a lack of better better governance and how not demanding for a better life for them can affect all of us in the long run, and how really there's really no honor amongst thieves. Like you live by the gun, you die by the gun, because there were a lot of graphic things going on there, and I like the story. I like how honest it was. I like the acting. I like the actors. I wish that um some people's roles were switched a little, but like I like the idea of the movie. I mean, a few flops, a few inconsistencies here and there. There was a continuity problem somewhere during the movie,
I think
When
I know the same.
Susu and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
we don't talk, we don't talk, we don't see.
No verse, no verse. You know, but you know the place I was talking about. I'm talking about, Abby.
Yeah, the part where they go and do the
Yeah,
drop off.
exactly. There was a little bit of a
Yeah,
continuity issue there.
there was a
I don't
wardrobe,
know what
there was a
exactly
wardrobe
happened.
something going on there. Yeah,
Yeah, terrible malfunction, especially because the person, one of the characters there, had mentioned something about the wardrobe, so even drew my attention more to it because I was like, make I even see it in Shue, and they missed it there. But all in all, overall, it was a great watch. The storyline was it for me. I liked the what they call those things when you're fighting in the movie and all of that.
the action sequence.
Um, yeah, I love the action sequence. It was believable. It was a very true story.
It
Just
was way
telling the
better. It
story
was
of
way better than
Aleko
Shanty Town.
self. Do you get what I mean? 100%. And just also seeing, I don't know if it was really in Isaleko they did all their shots, but like
Yeah, mostly.
seeing Lagos
Yeah,
Island, yeah, a lot of the shots were in Lagos Island, and they're just seeing that and all the history that lies there, what it even means to be a Lagosian family, because there was a touch of it here and there in the movie. You know, the people that own Lagos, and when people say that when if GRV had won, he would have fought a lot of structures or people, or that would have made it ungovernable for him. It kind of like showed that in a sense. It didn't take a deep dive into it, but like just was a good story. I liked it. I really liked it. I mean, I have my reservations on some things, but it's just that thing where I'm like, see, A for effort. They really put in effort, and I liked it. So there's that.
all
What do you
right.
think? I feel
Thank
like
you
the
very
part
much.
is hot.
So for me, I just look at the parts I like. I like the set design. You
Mm,
know, it was real. Like
yes.
it was very, very, very good. The set design was very, very good. I like
Mm-hmm.
the way. So when this person died, we won't mention the person's name. When the person died, that
So we'll
street
not
he
spoil it
died.
for everybody.
Yeah, that street he died. The way they
Mm.
lit up that street,
Ah,
I'm
I
like, bro.
swear.
If you know one issue that a lot of filmmakers have is shooting outside in Lagos at night, and that's because our dear
Mm-hmm.
friends, Ikeja Electricity or Eco Electricity, don't have sense.
Mm.
So for you to
Very true.
actually light up a scene outside at night in Lagos is
Mm.
very, very problematic. But they actually got
Very
that
true.
well. It was good. It was good. Like I said,
100%.
I like the set design. I like the
Mm-hmm.
overall feel of the movie. I like the fact that it's authentic. It's Nigerian. We're not trying to
Mm-hmm.
do any other thing. The
Mm-hmm.
beginning with the your masquerade, even Pasuma being there. It felt
Mm-hmm.
very, very Lagosy at the end of the day. It was real.
Yes.
The acting
Yes.
to me was okay. I don't think it was like
Mm-hmm.
Oscar winning acting, but it was done. They
No, but
they
it was
sold the
decent.
message.
It was
Yeah, it was
decent.
decent. It was decent acting. For
Mm.
me, it was all good. I think my only issue with the whole story is that it's a little bit derivative of King of Boys. Ever since King of Boys came out,
Mm.
we've seen filmmakers do this whole uh, political crime thrillers, where there's a jostle for
Mm-hmm.
power and the people beneath are like pawns. We saw it with Shanty
Mm-hmm.
Town. We saw it with Shanty Town. We saw it with this particular one, Gangs of Lagos. There's another one again. I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
remember. There's another Nigerian film again.
Is it Brotherhood? Oh no, no,
No,
not
Brotherhood is
Brotherhood.
about armed robbery and stuff. I'm trying. If I can remember it, I will
Yeah.
say.
But
So
I think
ever
I know
since,
the movie, Sha. I just don't
yeah,
remember the name.
ever since King of Boys came out, you could actually see that, everybody's trying to get that Kemi Adetiba vibe. But still is a good
Mm.
movie. You can't say people should not, it's like how many mafia movies are there in America? There's so many mafia movies in America. So
Exactly.
you can't just say only King
Exactly.
of Boys has to be the only one, you know. I wish they
Mm-hmm.
just switch a few things around in the story, you know. But it's good to just see the whole gang. I love the gang fight scene, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know the movie they got that
100%.
from. Go and watch. If anybody has the time, go and watch Gangs of New York. It's a story about
Mm.
the political. Leonardo DiCaprio is in that movie. It's about. It's
I
basically
think I might have seen it
what that
all.
movie shows you is that American politics and democracy is just like what we have right now. They've matured and
Mm-hmm.
evolved to a place where it's better. They were bringing out the
Mm.
same weapons
That
these
better
people brought out.
PR.
Yeah. So the way Yamoli was bringing out,
Mm.
this
Shout out
thing,
to Yamuri.
everybody was bringing out
Rosie.
cutlass. Yeah, Yamoli went to bring out shovel.
Axe
Why?
and
He bring out
shovel.
shovel.
It was
Axe
the
and shovel.
shovel.
was mad. I'm like, bro,
Jesus.
yeah.
See,
So
ghetto
um,
shit.
at the end of the day, it was a good movie. Like shout out to Netflix and Amazon Prime. They are the ones actually bankrolling the movies that can be told right now, and I give putting money behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a new
And it
frontier
shows.
for Nigerian film. Yeah, it shows it's a new frontier for Nigerian film and Nigerian cinema. And we hope that
Very true.
we'll have better movies along the way, and they'll fine tune the process, and the films will keep getting better and better. But if you know what Gangs of
She
Lagos, you need
shout
to watch
out,
Gangs of Lagos.
honestly, like shout out to Ikorodu boys.
Oh yeah, they were the
Um,
kids.
the, yeah, they were the kids. Like shout out to them because honestly, it was so refreshing to see Nigerian kids. You know, back in the day when we see Nigerian kids in movies, we see them as I don't know whether they are waiting for somebody to cut eye for them so that they'll say the next thing. We don't see them
And
sprite and bright,
that's
right?
because the directors were not willing to pay money, and they're not directing them well.
Do you understand what I mean? But now
Yeah,
we're like seeing kids who are embodying emotions, embodying they're like getting into character. Like the young protagonist person in the movie, right? He was he was like I don't know, everything about him was just spot on. He played the part of a kid and played the part of a kid that also wanted to grow in ranks in a sense. Like he
yeah.
switched in between really good. I really like that. All the kids, especially the young girls, especially the young ah, I kukuma don't talk say Susu did the movie. The young
Yeah,
Susu
everybody
was
knows who's in the movie now. Yeah,
yeah, like the young Susu was fantastic. Like her voice was the loudest, her mouth was the sharpest, and she maintained her champion. She
yeah.
was really good. I liked the story, honestly. It was a relatable one, really, really relatable. I enjoyed it, Sha. I mean, more of this. Cinematography was 100. But Ayo, do you know there was some place close to the end of the movie? Eh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if somebody we were watching with brought our attention to it. There was a little bit of a slip up there. If I'll probably tell you after the recording so that you can go and look at it.
Every
I
movie
swear.
has it. Even the biggest Hollywood movies have slip ups. At the end of the day,
Oh my god, but this
it's normal.
yeah, but no, fantastic movie, Sha. All in all,
Yeah,
it was good. I actually enjoyed it. It was a good watch.
yeah,
It was a good watch.
yeah. So
And
yeah,
I liked all I think I like also Loki how people like are embodying the names that were given to different characters in the movie.
yeah. True that, true that.
Yeah, there's a lot of banter. Like I saw like people write on their WhatsApp. There some people have taken the nicknames of some of the characters in the movie, and I'm just like, okay, see what you guys are doing there. So good story. I
Yeah,
liked it. I
if
enjoyed
like
it.
I said, if you've not watched Gangs of Lagos, then please go and try.
Please and please, very
Amazon
important.
Prime is not that expensive. No, it's not advert. This is not advert, but it's not that expensive at the end of the day.
Yeah. But how much is it
Oh,
though? Me, I don't know.
I don't know. It's not that expensive. All right.
Okay.
About to round up real quick. The
Mm-hmm.
flop of
There's
the
no
week.
release therapy today, or
People don't need
you
release.
guys.
They're still enjoying their what do they call it? Their relationship. When everything enter one
You
chance
guys
now.
hustle your calm.
Now wow, pause.
Hustle
Thank you.
your calm. You need to fight for your calm. Don't keep your mouth closed. The world is in we're going through a lot of tension. You need to decompress.
Keep your body to yourself. Thank you.
Right. I hear you.
All right. So
Anyway,
flop
you
of the
guys
week.
send us release therapy, Sha.
Yeah. Flop of the week. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I am not like the biggest fan of many Instagram skit makers in Nigeria. And that's because they
Mm.
have very, very pedestrian ways of peddling humor, using a lot of overt sexual content, poor taste, poor judgment. And right now, we have two sweet idiots by the name of
Mm.
Simigo and Ezebueze. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Mm.
Right. They actually did a skit that featured a 2-year-old girl. And the girl was in that skit, it portrayed child abuse, basically like sexual assault of a
Are you
minor, and it's 2 years
serious?
old. Yeah. It was actually I saw this on my Twitter like a few days ago, and somebody was ranting that they should take this thing down.
Mm.
And they reported the account and everything. And after so much pressure, the two bingos came out to say we're sorry and they apologized, right? And I'm like, these guys didn't come out to apologize because they knew they were wrong. They came out to apologize because pressure was put on them.
Yeah.
It is sad that a generation that should know better, that should know more, actually fall for this stupid chase of clout and will do anything to get that clout, to get the
Literally.
clicks and the likes and the comments. There is nothing
Did you draw
funny
the
about
line?
there's nothing funny about sexual assault. Now the sexual assault of a minor. Come on, guys. At the end of the day,
See,
yeah, continue.
sorry. The truth is, you know that we've normalized a lot of things right now in this
Yeah.
generation, and it just feels everybody just feels like comfortable to just open their mouth once, say different
Wow.
things, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this skit honestly until like you put it on the list. But like my mind, I'm just like, why? There are a million and two things to promote in
Wrong.
Nigeria right
Yeah.
now. And it's 2 years. Like, come on, are you really? You can't be that daft. But like, they look like they're skid shy. You know, some see evil has no face. Maybe this is their
Yeah.
reality, and they're just telling you they need to be investigated. These guys are probably perpetrators of this act, and we
In
don't
the
know.
same country, they would have gone to like, I mean, police for not invite them.
They Honestly, do you get what I mean? They would have gotten the crux of this matter. All these fake haphazard apologies. He put one knee for ground, the other one put another one knee for
Yeah.
ground. Which kind of begging be all those? I've been a
So this
choreography they do. I've
so the
been dog
skit
dance. I'm
actually
so confused.
features a landlord who was caught making a sexual innuendo towards a 2-year-old girl. Can you imagine
Can you
that?
imagine?
Come on,
What
man.
the
That's
fuck?
pedophilia. However sexual
Oh,
you
do
are
you
like
get what
this,
I
that's
mean?
pedophilia. No, 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 no. In the olden days, nah, evil
Disgusting.
forest. They will not put you people for
They
evil
will
forest.
leave them. They forget them for there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, now everybody, the internet is really the global village, and everything is just there. Like
People no longer have shame. That's the thing.
Rishi, Rishi,
People no longer
Rishi,
have
Chichi.
shame.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see one report about Google stop refusing to give moving forward Google will stop giving access to money lenders to access people's contacts and start
Oh yeah, yeah.
getting their pictures and messaging their contacts.
Yeah.
Like there has to be a line drawn somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, this our
Because I borrowed
information
money now
sharing
doesn't give you the right to start disturbing people I know. You'll not be receiving calls. Please, do you know this person? Tell
at
him to come and pay his money.
random.
Yeah.
And do you know they now even threaten you that they will kill you and your friend, they will come and arrest you and your
Uh-uh.
friend, EFCC, and they'll be
See,
circulating your own picture. When you know they collect the money, I did it.
there's
Why
one of
they do like that?
those online, boring apps that actually sent and the obituary of somebody that was owing them. They pasted
Yes,
the person's
so that's what they
obituary.
do.
I'm like, bro, come on, that's a bit too much
That's
now.
the
Come on,
that's the height.
come on.
Like, what's up? Fight for your money.
That's
There
that
has to be a way.
yeah, that part of the business needs to be regulated very fast.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
What they call those people? Is this CSCS? They need to look into this shit. But then again, all these loan own apps, they don't hold money. I don't know
Mm,
how they are being sponsored and shit, and I don't know how the Nigerian government is hoping that they can actually, sort of put some level of structure to this shit. But like
they
that
need
shit
to.
is wild, and
Yeah.
we need to check the kind of things we put on social media these days because not everything is permissible. To be
Yeah.
honest, like how far?
These two idiots that decided to go viral.
Smellos
All
giving
right.
smellos 100%.
All right. Prop of the week has to go to our Nigerian brother, Isreal Adesanya,
Anakwakeba.
who won back his UFC middleweight title after defeating Alex Pereira with a second round knockout in Miami. Niger boys know they carry last. We're in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Come on. I don't want to be this guy's enemy. If this guy
I
if you and this
promise
guy
you.
fight, he will break your legs.
See,
I
what
do
was
not
that
want
move
to.
he was doing when he gave the KO punch?
See, I
That
don't
like
watch
he was doing like he
MMA.
was bringing arrows from his thing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
shooting
So
and
it was that
shooting
guy,
and shooting.
the guy he defeated, that was his celebration. So him being
Oh
petty,
yeah,
yeah, him being petty, he just
that's
decided,
so.
yeah.
I love it. It was too beautiful.
I,
I
I
love it.
don't
Like
watch
shout out to it.
I don't watch MMA because it's too violent. I don't want to see
Mm,
people breaking leg and I don't want to know. Thank you. Life is already too
yeah.
hard. Yeah, but shout out to Israel Adesanya. He's actually one of the best fighters in the MMA right now. So big ups to him. I saw a video of him and
He
the other Nigerian guy and Adekunle Gold partying in the club after the victory. So Niger boys know the
Yep,
carry
yep,
last.
yep. Do you understand? Photo
Yeah,
of the year, by the way, right
yeah,
now,
definitely.
anyway.
Yeah,
And I heard that Drake put some money on him.
yeah.
Drake like bet $400,000.
Drake
Put a
bet
bet on
something,
him and he
sha,
won it.
and he won. Yeah, shout out to Drake.
Yeah,
He won't
he
give us
won
the
one
money,
point
but
eight million.
look at God. Drake, what does Drake need that money for? Come to Africa and give it to
Ah,
us.
Nadia. He don't they support our people now. So how
We,
many see they should be they said they just released $800,000.
to
Be
where?
$800 million to
To
Nigeria,
what?
and they say they want to give it to 50 million Nigerians for based on subsidy that they want to lift
You know
by
that
June.
you and I will not see that money. You know.
And make we they fight for that one. And that's why I
See,
say we cannot keep
that's what
quiet.
they should use
Ayo. We
that
need to
sense.
fight for that.
That's what they should use the census for. Don't count us. Just be coming to everybody's house and be giving us money in brown envelope. So we are
But
using
we
the
don't
whole
see the
body.
money no go reach us,
But that
sha.
money, till thy kingdom come, we no go smell a penny.
See,
A penny.
listen. What annoys me is how it is only the citizens that suffer. The government is Gucci. That's what
Uh-uh.
annoys me in Nigeria. Like
And that's the
how
standard one. It's
you're
standard now.
removing the subsidy and then you guys nothing your allowances and perks are not being reduced or
Yeah.
hampered on. But
The
every
size of
Nigerian,
governance
do you
is not
understand?
reducing. It's not reducing. The
Do
size
you
of
get what I
governance is not
mean?
reducing. Yeah.
And the average Nigeria is going to be paying for stuff now through the skin of their teeth and nobody's saying anything. That's
Nobody cares.
ridiculous.
And when you now come out and complain and
See,
protest, they now say you want the downfall of the state. It's normal gaslighting at the end of the day, man.
see. Again, that is why I'm saying we need our voices need to be louder
Yeah.
because
I
freedom
like
is
as you
not
said
going
that
to be
with a low
given to
voice, because
us.
your voice is not loud. You just say it in low voice, but don't worry, I
No,
understand the
because I
message.
don't tire. Headache don't they worry me because anytime I dey hear all this kind of money, not only for this Nigeria, they hear some kind ridiculous amount of money. 800 million, thousand, billion, trillion.
That will not reach the common man.
Do you understand? Where una they keep this money? Where una they see and where una they keep am? Because the problem is it's extensive. It's honestly extensive. They say 932 million Nigeria. The way that they take the quote census numbers for country, no we don't know how many people they inside. They were too
Now so,
accurate with those numbers.
now
When
so,
it comes to collecting money, honestly, we're sugar babies. That's what we do.
God help us.
We don't want to talk against what is happening. So we continue to be sugar babies and they continue to give us aid and we continue to collect and the politicians grow richer and the average Nigeria dies of poverty. It's
Look at.
crazy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of
Nigerian
this
stories,
recording.
guys.
Thank you guys for listening to
Follow
us.
us. Do you understand? Thank you guys so much. Thank you to 100 and how many 13,000 downloads last month.
I think
For
so. Yeah.
everyone who listened, shared, liked. We love you
Yeah.
guys. Keep listening, keep working with us. Follow
Yeah.
us on all social media platforms at 234 Essential Podcast.
And subscribe to our newsletter.
Very important. That's it for essential. About also send us fan mail too and release
Yeah.
therapy. We need to know what's going on with you guys. You know, echo, worlds, Ugochi to worlds. Somebody should echo
Goshi.
back. Tell
All right.
us.
All right, guys. Thank you
That's
guys
what
for
we're getting
listening.
to these days.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll be
Stay
back.
kind, you guys.
All right, man. Peace.